Hello, I'm back, nicely rested. Actually, got an absolutely amazing 11 hours of sleep. My mind is not as clearer than it's been in a long time. So, we will get get things put together. I'm still not sure whether I want to go with sacrifice or that guy. I think I'll go with sacrifice. The last numbered the last numbered sacrifice. The other guys are numbered, but they're with the no Roman numerals. Sacrifice 10 was sacrifice X, and since then I've been going with the Roman numerals. And I like this guy. These two, I've got the talents nicely put together. This guy is a little better because he's. I was lucky enough to get extra talent points in the little bug that they had when they did the changeover. This guy has 74, and this guy only has the standard 60. So I prefer this guy over this guy. But this sacrifice 9 is still a good dude. Let's get him going, shall we? Where are you? These guys are still doing Voyager. They must be seriously milking that. And they've only got 5 people in there, so if they have people die, they've still got space for they've got still got space for people to come and save them. I wonder what they're doing. It would be nice to see what they're doing, how they're getting on. That'll be a nice payday once they finally finish up. Anyway, let's go new prospect. I always lose track of this new mission. Where did they put it? Here it is. Concealment recovery. Let's see. Concealment
this
recovery.
One's for Sinitai. They want it done quick and clean.
Is that it? His short and sweet soul, quick and clean. So his statement is quick and clean as well. Okay. Well, seeing as this is 400, it's only $400. It's supposedly only an easy to medium difficulty, and we have to destroy things. I'm definitely going with the bow, and I'm gonna try and YOLO it. I'm just gonna run for the objective, because I've seen how relatively easy spit it out already, mate. The scorpions are from previous mission that I've done, and it would be nice to get some whatchamacallit on, get some armor on, because we're not going to be doing a lot of mining if we YOLO it, yeah, supposedly. So then we wouldn't really need both of those picks, and if I just go for movement speed, yeah, so I don't need the ad lifts, then I only need to pick one other thing to remove, and I'd be able to take my extra set of armor with me, and I could hit the ground running with armor. And I guess it's plus 10 physical resistance because of the change that they made in the temperatures. If we did that, then we'd only be able to use one module, so then we could take that out, and then we have space to take the Nanio with us. And this is a much lighter drop options wise than I'm used to, but this would probably give us the greatest advantage, because we can still get water and cook shit. We can shoot shit from the get-go. We've got means of getting our basic resources, be able to run fast, and we'd be protected. This is about the best I can imagine being like a more objective loadout for the kind of place that we're going, but then we're not really gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. If it comes off being a little too weak and I need more options and we are gonna have to build a base, then I'll just come home and rearrange it. I've never quit a mission on the first try, and I've never died. On the first try, should I say. Yeah, like, well, actually, tell a lie. The Voyager Hardcore, when I did the level 0 character challenge, there I died. There I died. But otherwise, in general, all of the other missions, I've been able to... Well, yeah, okay. I say I know I've never died. I've died on the missions, but not in a way that's affected it. On missions where we have respawns, yeah, I've died. But where it counted on missions, like hardcore missions, the first time I've done it, I've never died. So I'd like to try and keep that streak. And I've never given up. I've always completed all the missions. Once I've done it once, and I've got the check mark, yeah, completed, then I've gone back to those missions and messed around and YOLO'd things. Yeah, and there I've quit, and there I've died. But on the first attempt, I've always done all of them clean. So I want to try and keep that streak. We'll keep that open.
They need you to find this thing, and any of its friends, then put it in the ground. Because they're stuck until you do. Recent sites on your map. Good luck.
Yeah, we can literally hit the ground running.
You're here for Sinitai. And if you get it right, they'll be there for you.
Are they going to send us to the opposite ends of... Yeah, opposite ends of the forest. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's wait for this map loading to stabilize, if it will stabilize. A lot of people don't have this issue, but when a lot of times, whenever I open the map, you can see, it's probably affecting my stream as well. Like it comes across as the sound being all stuttery and everything, and my frames just absolutely tank. Whenever I open the map, it basically bricks my computer. Like if I alt tab out of the game to go and do something in like a browser or something, even my computer's slowed down now. It's not just the game itself, and it's only when the map is open, and I don't know what it is, and it's fucking annoying. Yeah, and there are some times when, if I'll leave the map open for long enough, it'll like load things up and balance, and it'll be fine. Yeah, and other times I don't even have to wait for that. It's just, it works smoothly and nicely right out the gate. But more often than not, opening the map basically bricks my computer. Yeah, and I switch away from the map to the inventory, and everything is nice. It's only on the map. Okay, let's get a marker down, shall we? I need to zoom in, for fuck's sake. Because there's a pass here. Yeah, we can go through to get into the Arctic, but I need some water, which I'm not far from. It's to the west. Yeah, it's down there. I mean, down there. We'll go and take a drink. Hopefully get to kill something on out. Have they broken one of the fucking caves again? Yeah. It thinks that I'm inside the cave, above the cave itself. Great, I wanted to kill him. Let's go and get a drink of water. Get that out of the way. Let's get the buffalo instead then, shall we? I don't like YOLOing. I feel a lot more comfortable setting up a base, even if it's just something small that you can always get back to regroup. But I don't have a problem with YOLOing. It's just not my go-to. Hope we get some soft meat. No. Okay. There we go. What time is it? 10 AM? Okay, let's get a bit of wood. Cook up this game meat. And the normal meat, and then we'll head into... Well, while that's cooking up, we'll get ourselves a little bit of a bauxite stockpile so we can keep our slot full. Did the food slot automatically take anything yet? It didn't. Good. An anti-poison vaccine might have been a nice thing to get going as well, really, from the workshop. There it is. Couldn't remember where I put the fucker. Cook me my meat, please. Put you in there. Like so. We'll wait to put the other meat on because it'll override the other meat. It's higher up on the tier. Normal meat is one of the first things it wants to cook. Berries. It would be nice if we had some other things in the area to kill. Get some more kinds of meat going. And from what I've gathered so far, from what info I've gathered so far about the scorpions, the poisoning is relatively rare. You have to be very unfortunate to get poisoned by a scorpion. On my mission yesterday, I take... Oh, you little cunt. I'm talking about poison being rare, and then some little blue guy fucking runs up and poisons me. Little bastard. Over it, mate. We'll just chill here and hope some more blue guys come around. Come on, fellas. I want to see what the objectives are as far as what is it when we go to the points labelled M. I want to see what it tells us, what it is that we have to do. Depending on what it is they want us to do, we might need to set up a base, but then I'll decide that then, depending on what it is that we actually have to do. Until then, I don't want to get anything set up. Give me that, please. Give me some good meats. Something fresh and interesting. No? Okay. I've got to remember to take fur as well, because I need to make a... what's it? You know, the thing. Bedroll. I always forget about bedroll. Where's Mr. Bear? There's Mr. Bear. Let's take care of you the old-fashioned way. Get his attention. Okay, we're not going to get his attention. We're going to kill him. Are you going to give us some T-bones? What level was he? 5. That's a little baby bear. Okay, we've got enough for a bedroll. Because this is about all the time I spend standing about on a YOLO. Getting the basics prepped so it's not that we're without food and water. There's oxygen we can always make up for en route. Give me that. And I might as well get a little bit more wood and get a bare bones 1 by 1 or 2 by 1 worth of buildables made, so we can just slap that down in case of emergency. On YOLOs I prefer to go to caves, but I'd rather be prepared. Those are done now, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay, we'll slap all of that in there, let that get cooked up. So now we've got 3 meats and some berries. Now if we're going to go for a 2 by 1, then we'll need 4 of them. And we'll need 6 of them. And we'll grab a door while we're at it. Why didn't you queue that up? Because we didn't have enough. Okay. Six of that. Oh yeah, bandages and a suture kit. And seeing as we're going to have some charcoal, then we might as well also get some of the cooling bandages prepped for the desert. And then we're good meds. And we'll be okay meds wise. What have we got? 4. Let's carry on doing that, shall we? We've got to wait for the meat to cook anyway. And yes, I could make a bone sickle and I'd get more yield, but it's not like it really matters right now, is it? I'm going to be leaving this area soon anyway. And I've got nothing but time while waiting for the meat to cook. Get a stack of that. We get a stack of that. Get a stack of that. We'll go and get some Nugem or what's its, some charcoal, then make a stack of cooling bandages, charcoal allowing, heat bandage, cooling bandage. How many can we get? Oh, we need 20 charcoal for that, do we? When I click max, why is it only letting me make 2? Oh, because it's taking into consideration what we'll have left over after making the suture kits. Okay. Idiots. How much? 16 oxide. Okay, well, let's get a little bit more oxide as well then, shall we? What do you want, Mr. Bear? Come on, show yourself if you're going to get mouthy. No? I know where you are. I've played long enough doing the agriculture mission to know exactly where you guys are spawning. You're down underneath this waterfall, down on that level. You're going to have to come to me if you're going to get mouthy. I'm not going after you. Who's there? Who got stuck on my tree? That's the only reason the tree would have moved like that. Something got stuck on it. Who was it? Well, that's odd. Anyway, how are we doing here? These things cook so fucking slowly. I think we might switch out and get the meat off of there. Yeah, we'll get the meat off of there and let the fish cook up. That cooks up quicker. At least now we've got some of the other meats. I'm itching to get started. Basically, I wanna move out. Let's see. We didn't make a bedroll yet, did we? Let's make that. Yeah. So then we've got home sweet home. The campfire there. We'll make some cooling bandages. Yeah, then we've got meds. And we've still got the means to make more. Let's organise this shit a little, shall we? Yeah, and it cooks it a lot faster too. We'll wait for that fish, and then we'll move out. And we're basically just gonna run straight to that, see what's what. And then depending on that, we'll take stock. I'm probably gonna double back and then go run to the other one as well and get all the objectives listed on there too, just so we can see what it is we've got to do. Because if we're going to have to build a base, then I want to do it where it's going to be easiest to get hold of materials. And given that we've been dropped in the easiest of areas, we'll probably move ourselves more north, so we're more or less in between the two objectives, where there's a nice concentration of caves where we can get materials from. Come on, 2 more little fishies. I've never dropped on a full-on mission that I was doing with the Nanio before. I've reserved that for rescue missions in the past, just so I've got something on the character's back to get moving. But since they made these temperature changes, yeah, I was a big proponent of fur armor, and you could get away with wearing it everywhere. But now they've made changes to the way that the temperature system works. That's kind of gone out the window, so I've had to readjust my playstyle. So I guess I'm gonna get used to either wearing this or other types of armor more often now. but we're survivalists, aren't we? We have to be adaptable. Let's get it on! There is a Mr. Bear up here. This is the area that we heard him roaring from, so we've got to be... got to have our head on a swivel. Right, it's over there, somewhere. That's where I heard it coming from anyway. Let's just get into the desert, shall we? Sure to keep picking up them berries. Get us that oxide. Oh look, someone left just on the cusp of me actually getting into the mission. Good for you. You stuck around long enough to get bored and I actually started to do something. Okay. It's going to be more or less a straight shot because it's open country out on the other side. Let's get our meats on and get running. I'm running slower than I'm used to because we did take that arid winds. Is that coming in or just coming out? I think that's just coming in. Let's get the map up, shall we? Where are you? Well, there are caves up ahead, so if we were to push on, we wouldn't have to go back. And the caves are... there should be one right here. And the other one should be about here. There we are. Oh, I didn't make myself any lighting yet, did I? Hello. Sorry, we're not going to be sharing this cave. Let's get a torch made, shall we? So we can actually see. There we go. Anyone else at home? Sorry. No roommates. Let's get to the front, shall we? So, although we're going to have to put up with the annoyingly loud storm, I want to be able to do this. Duck in and out so we can help avoid the cave Rona. It's just a light one. What is it? Is it a medium? Arid winds. Yeah, it's just a little bit of wind. Why didn't that leave a blood spot? Like shooting them would. Or we could probably even just stand here. Are we not going to take any exposure? Okay, now we're starting to get the no shelter thing, but it's going up really slowly. That's nice. I'm guessing that's because... Oh, you plonker. Yeah, of course. I put the other suit on. I put the forest specific, the desert specific suit on. I haven't had much experience with this stuff, to be honest. I've been rocking the Hark and making fur armor for so long. All of the the benefits from using the biome specific suits and wearing a nanio is really, really a new thing to me. Well, that storm's going to be over before we get anywhere near actually needing fucking shelter, so I'm just going to carry on. It's going to be a while until we start coming across anything aggressive anyway. Because this crossover area is basically more passive animals than anything else. I just want to make sure that we've got... Okay, that's more than enough. 200 oxide, that will be good for a while with that. We don't have to worry. And before we even take any exposure damage, we're going to be out of the storm anyway. Yeah, see, it's already going down. That's nice. I'll be able to keep moving through certain types of weather now. I didn't move my marker, did I? There we go. That's what we're going for. And we should shortly be getting into the area where we'll see scorpions and other aggressive mobs. It's more just that crossover area between the forest and the desert where you don't really see them. But the little fuckers, the scorpions, they bury themselves in the sand. So a lot of times you'll think it's just a rock in the distance, and then when you get closer, they kind of unbury themselves and start coming at you. So like, and any of those could potentially be a scorpion. We don't know until we get closer up. Well, that's where we need to go, obviously. Plume of smoke. And we're right next to an oasis, so we'll be good. And that little rock outcrop has got a nice little place where we can shove ourselves up against the rock face. And then even the wood shack will be protected. The majority of it will be protected from storms. So we only have to repair like a couple of bits of the shack even in the stronger storms. People don't take that into account enough. Depending on where you place it, even in more open areas, if you use like natural little gullies and everything, you can actually protect your shack from storms simply by using natural landforms. But I've had wooden shacks in the desert that basically didn't take any damage even in the stronger storms because of the way I placed it. Yeah. This is... The gamer sense is tingling. This is, mini boss fighting area 101. Nothing around for miles. It's like something is ominously looming.
Here we go. You got this. this.
Oh, we've got a deposit shit in there, have we? 2 oxygen restoration paste. Oh, that's why people were looking for fucking sponge. Okay. I get you. What's that? Gunpowder electronics? Seriously? Ugh. Okay. Well, then we're gonna put ourselves in the mouth of the mega cave. We're gonna put ourselves in the mouth of the mega cave. They couldn't possibly have made it any easier to get the electronics done. And seeing as we're this close to this oasis, we'll do one at a time then. We'll do this, set up a little ad hoc base in the mouth of the mega cave, take care of this objective, and then hoof it up to the other one if we're actually going to have to build shit for them. And we're going to need that, seeing as we have to get some gunpowder. Where's the water? That's a little bit further on. Haven't seen a single scorpion though. Well, I doubt there's going to be any sponge in here. This is just a puddle. We're gonna have to go. For that, we're gonna have to go back to the forest. But for the rest, we'll be just fine setting up in the mouth of the mega cave. All of that will be much easier to get hold of. There, that place is absolutely fucking loaded. Where are we? Let's get rid of some shit, shall we? We don't need you. We can get more of that whenever we want. What the fuck's gonna give us the fatty T-bone in the desert? I don't think you get it from elephants. I don't think you get it from elephants. Let's make some more. How many cooling bandages have we got? 4. How many more can we make? 1. Okay. That'll get us underweight. Okay, good. Where are we? Yeah. Okay, let's get up there. Set up shop in the mega cave. And I haven't seen a single elephant here yet. Anyway. It might just be easier to. It might just be easier to go back to the landing zone. There's a medium cave that we can set up a stone's throw from the lake where we're likely to find some sponge. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 caves in that direct vicinity. It'll be just as easy to do so there. Although at least the desert doesn't have lightning storms. And I'm not going to have to worry about overheating. Let's go back there, shall we? Fuck it. Let's go back to where we dropped. Yeah, there's a cave right well, here or here. I can't remember exactly where the entrance to it is. I think possibly here. Here. Sorry. If I can figure it out. Yeah. We'll just set up inside of that. Because we're going to be more likely to get the fatty T-bones from the bears, and that area is prime bear zone. We've got at least 3 or 4 bears that regularly spawn in that area. Oh. Still haven't seen a single scorpion, though. The catalytic ingredients. This is where I don't really believe them. I don't think we're there to destroy the arachnid containment units. That's what they're telling us. The catalytic ingredients are going to be to start some sort of reaction inside, which is going to spur the growth of whatever the fuck it is that they have inside. So we're basically going to be we're going to be the catalyst to our own demise. We're the ones that are actually going to be releasing the fucking arachnids. I bet you that's the spin that they've put on it. We think that we're actually going there to destroy them, but we're putting the things inside there that it needs to actually get the growth of them going. And then once they get past a certain size, they're going to be busting out of that little unit and attacking us. I guarantee it. No, I haven't looked at the info. I haven't looked at the info that people have posted on Discord and that in any great detail. I've only seen little bits and bobs in passing, and I made sure to scroll away as soon as I realised it was something to do with this, to try and keep myself as fresh as possible. No, I thought as much. It's always the way when you're going up against something, when you're gonna be going up against something new and interesting and potentially dangerous. That ends up being the thing. You're the patsy, yeah. They need someone to get the quote unquote experiment over the finish line. So then they use you like a tool. It's typical. It's horror story writing 101. Yeah. And we've got terrain extrusion, and we've got missing floor. Okay, it just saved, so we'll return to the character select. Yes, please. And close the game and restart it. Because those graphical errors, if we leave them unchecked, we'll run out of video memory eventually, and the whole game will crash. Oh, sorry, the whole computer will crash, and I'd rather restart the game now than have the computer crash and have to restart the stream as well. Yeah, and I was overheating with the canteen on and fur armor on. I was the opposite. I'd got so used to wearing my fur armor everywhere. I was just in the forest with the canteen, and I was overheating. Did they push a little hotfix update since the original one? No, they didn't. No, then they didn't change anything. They only make changes like that in like a hotfix if it's like really pressing. I mean, just can you shut up, Sol? I'm sorry, I love listening to you, mate, but I'm trying to have a conversation.
Because they're stuck until you do. Recent sites on your map.
Good, thank you.
Good luck.
Good. What is it? If you think back to what they did with us at Christmas, they pushed out a significant update just like days before Christmas, when people would be off and be able to play the game to their heart's content, and probably a lot of people receiving the game for Christmas. And that's exactly when they dropped a change to the extractor system that made the extractors super stupid slow. Yeah, it literally took. I keep calling back to that. It took me 9 hours, real in life, 9 hours to mine one fucking vein. Yeah, and you'd think if any time they needed to come out with a hotfix, regardless of the situation of, you know, people being on holiday or whatever, it probably wouldn't have taken them all that much to fix that, you know, revert that one change back to what it used to be and put out a hotfix. But no, they didn't. We went nearly over a week with slow extractors over Christmas. If there was any time that they literally purposely shot themselves in the foot and didn't do anything about it, and they were bleeding players. It was them, and they didn't come out with a hotfix. So I doubt they're going to hotfix this temperature system. They're just going to wait until next week's patch. What have we got? There we go. They won't hotfix this. It's too small of an issue. It's not significant enough for them to come in and hotfix it because of the way the game downloads the patches and the way it patches with the verification process. The vast majority of players, it takes them a significant amount of time to download the patch and then patch it for it to get verified. So they're waiting like literally an hour plus for the game to work again. So they try and keep those. They try and keep hotfix patches to the absolute minimum where it's really, really, really needed. Like if they've completely broken something. And I doubt they'll consider this to be a particularly strongly broken thing. Oh, this cave is rather nice. I'm glad I came back here. We can totally use this little thing here. Alright, we're crafting. Let's get our... This, it's a shame that I got started in this way to YOLO it. I think I might have to reconsider that. This looking at this cave, it's giving me like fucking stupendous ideas on ways in which to build a house here. Look at the height that you have inside of the mouth of this cave. You could totally, if I realign this slightly, yeah, I'm totally seeing like building an entrance. You come in here, yeah, have the entrance to the house like right here. You walk up, and there'll be stairs upstairs, yeah, and then you basically leave this little like tunnel thing so you can go under the house to get into the cave, but then the main house itself is like just above. Oh, it's been a while since I've done those. Avalanche was my favourite mission at the time. When I was going through those, Avalanche was my favourite mission at the time because of the spoiler alert. But you've probably seen a lot of info on Discord if you've been checking that out, because of the big honking space laser that we have to use whenever they put big honking space lasers in the game. As far as I'm concerned, it's a plus. Yeah, we could totally have the entrance to the house here, go up some stairs, yeah, and then go up some stairs again to the next level, and then just have the house actually like over the entrance to the cave. Let's do that, shall we? Let's do that. We'll get on with it. A little less blah blah, a little more building. Where are we? We don't need you. What do we need to make more shit fiber? Okay. Let's get out here and grab. Oh, we can put down some things, can't we? Because we've still got meat to cook. Oh, slap you down right there. Chuck that in there, and the meat. Get that cooking away. That'll get us moving ahead. We can slap the door on. Yeah, Makes more space in our inventory. And we might as well... Well, this counts as being in shelter, doesn't it? Because we're in the cave already. Okay, we'll put you down. Well, actually, stupid place to put it. That's where the fucking stairs to the house are going to be. But then again, El Camino is also a nice mission because of the sandworm. That's not an easy one. It's a bit of a, as in a choice to make. It's a bit of a toss-up. Both are nice missions. Personal preference, really. What kind of direction you want to go in for the rest of the missions? What other directions you were interested in going in sooner? Okay, now we'll make a sickle, seeing as we're actually setting up. We need to try and maximize what we can get. Chop you down. There's a bear. Once we actually get shit settled and sleep till the morning, you'll see there's actually a bear that frequents this little area in front of the cave. Yeah, he comes down from that. Well, there's two actually, should I say. There's one that comes down from that area to take a drink in the morning, and then there's one that spawns up in either in here or up on that area to come down and take a drink in the morning. Well, past a certain point, I wasn't really interested in how much of a payout something had. I was more interested in what the mission would have to offer in objectives and what have you, or what biome it was going to be in. And I'm more of a forest Arctic person myself, really, and I don't like being in the desert, so I went for Avalanche first, because that takes place in the forest and the desert, the forest and the Arctic. So no, me too. To play through all the missions, I mean. I mean, I've still got a bunch. I've probably got like 10 missions that I haven't finished yet. I beelined it to Deep Vein and Payday, and then towards, what is it, at the time all we had was Spirit Walk. I just made a beeline for those. And I've been playing the new missions and Voyager Hardcore since. What do I want? I want some stairs. Let's see. There we go. Now we want some more stairs. Alright. It would be nice if you could turn those not just into a ramp but into stairs. Because then I could totally see myself making use of what little space there is left under here. Like if I had half-thick stairs leading up there to the landing, and you could still put like little boxes of storage and shit down here. But now if I go to put stairs here, then I can't access anything unless I put a door here. Oh yeah. If I had to choose, then Riverlands is definitely my favourite place to be. This is super fucking annoying. very much. But I need to remove it because I need a wall to place there. Oh, and of course we drop it because the meat spoiled before it got made. Pushed it out of my inventory. No. Other way around. There we go. Like so. You see what you mean? See what I mean? I'll build floors out over to the other side, and I'll have like the main body of the house floating over the cave entrance. So we walk underneath the house like tunnel-like. We just need a bunch of floors. Let's see. What do we need? Need wood. We didn't finish chopping this up. Oh, good morning! Sorry, I didn't miss. I missed your message there. I had my head up my arse while I was building. I was. I took the getting over the mountain pass slow. I built a little base at the base of the mountain, and I went about getting a shit ton of stone and iron, and I built the whole thing out of stone, like proper little stairway with railings, proper supports all the way up the side of the mountain, all the way up to the top, and then the same thing down on the opposite side. And I had like a little way station in the base of the stairs as you got down to the bottom on the other side. Not much, mate. Got on not long ago and got the mission objectives for what's obviously going to be a typical horror story bait and switch move, where apparently we're here to destroy the arachnid containment units, but in actual fact we're going to be feeding the little fuckers. That's going to make them spawn, as far as I can tell. So we're going to be the architects of our own destruction. And tools for the UDA, so that they can further advance their murderous ways. But seeing as how... Okay. Seeing as they don't quite... They underestimate how good of a prospector we are, we're going to get away with it. In typical action horror movie style, we're actually going to surpass their expectations and live. See, there you go. You're welcome. Movie producers, I just gave you the premise for your next fucking horror movie. Oh, bollocks. Let's change that one round. There we go. Now it all lines up nicely. Fifteen's not going to be too many, is it? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We've got one too many, and we'll stop it just before it finishes the last one. Yeah, and I think we'll put windows on this side so we have a little view outside. Oh, we were a little slow. We didn't stop it before it finished. Don't really need a view of the inside. Hey! Why didn't it finish the rest of the things that it was making? I'm just plodding on. I'm plodding on. I know exactly what you mean. I felt the same way when they did the... I felt the same way. See? We've got a little tunnel house. We could even add extra floors, seeing as we don't really have much use for the space that's over here. Could put a half piece there, and then have stairs, yeah, half piece, so we can get across to here more easily, and then just have stairs leading up here. But I guess that would interfere with that window, wouldn't it? Wouldn't be very nice. Anyway, we're going to have more than enough room here now. Just need a little bit more wood to finish it off. And then in the morning we'll go diving to go get some sponge. I took a little hiatus when they came out with the deep ore drills. I felt things just weren't going in a particularly good direction at that time, and I had a good 3 weeks off when I went to go and play other things. And then I came back to it just when they put the water update out, and I've been back to playing it ever since. And since then, I've just come to realise it's a bit more of like a love-hate thing with this thing. When I'm away for it, I do miss playing it enough that I've just tried to come to terms with all the little niggly bullshit that they get up to, and just try and work around it as best I can to fit what I want to get out of the game. Otherwise, you're always going to be leaving the game for one reason or another. They seem to be taking 2 steps forward and 1 step forward and 2 steps back more and more often lately. So I'm just starting to live with it. How many of these do we need? Well, we're 3 wide and we're 1, 2, 3, 4 long, so 12. How many can we make? 13. Well, I bloody hope so, because I want to get back to wearing my fur. I love my fur armour. It was the all-rounder go-to Icarus wear. I don't like the Nanio, to be honest. If I'm gonna make any... Why did it stop making these again? When I've... Look at that. Plenty of room to grow. Can we get a crafting thing down? No. Stone and wood. Okie dokie. Well, we worked through the night on that one. Let's move you inside now, shall we? Still got room? Yes, indeed. Make this our little sleeping area. Put this here so it's out of the way, and we're not likely to walk past it too much. I set myself on fire once too many times yesterday, standing next to that fucker. Bloody thing. I had no idea you could actually set yourself on fire next to that. I thought the whole point of that was that it was safer and more useful overall. Yeah, that it wouldn't go out, it doesn't go out in storms, and it's not as dangerous as the open campfire, but obviously not. Oh yeah, that's I'm happy where the fuck's the window? There it is. I'm happy I bought myself an extra set. I've got 2 sets of it now, so I've got one on this character, and I've got another set on the character I use to go on rescue missions. Look at that lovely little view as well. Isn't that lovely? Well, let's eat something. What do we need? We need a bit of stone. And we need a bit more wood. I want to grab what I need just before the storm sets in so we can actually get going making things inside. I came on this drop with I got the desert. I bought myself the desert version of the specialized suit as well. Previously, the only one I had was the Arctic one when I thought it was going to be worth a damn, but it turned out not to be because fur was such a good all-rounder, and I've been using the Hark until now. I put the desert one on, thinking, well, if they've made changes to the temperature system, it'll be nice to have at least that extra little bit of a buff on their heat resistance, together with the Nanio. You know what? We might as well. Well, let's get a crafting bench made first, shall we? Put some wood in there. Get a crafting bench done. Put that. Where are we going to put that? I don't really want to put shit next to the window because I made these double windows. If I put the crafting bench here and I leave the windows open, it's likely to not get the sheltered thing, because open windows can do that. Let's try. Seems to be alright. We'll get an oxide dissolver so we can switch away from using oxide straight up. Like so. Can we get you in here? If we move this a little, we'll be able to. But let's make some space first, shall we? Let's get that in there. Gimme, gimme. don't want it to be too close to shit, because that's how I set the fucking textiles bench on fire last time. It was too close to it. Stupid wanker. Well, let's fill you up, shall we? Like so. Get that filling up. What else have we got on the go here? Herbalism bench. Don't need this. Well, actually, tell a lie. Is there anything that we can carry to the bench that we get T-bones from? There isn't, is there? So it's not worth making a skinning bench right now. I'll chuck all of that in there. And that. And that. Max out our rope because we're going to need some of that. Get the rest. Actually, no, we won't max it out. We'll make like 25-ish, then we'll have 30, and still need some fibre to put on the herbalism bench. We'll chuck the herb. No, that's too close to the fire as well. Put that there. I need a mortar and pestle. I have to go and get some silica. Excess wood. Can put the excess charcoal here. Okie dokie. Looks like we're set up. Oh, of course we just get the fucking cave Rona. What do we need? Yeast. To get rid of that, let's get some yeast. Hello, yeast, where are you? Oh, we need you. How do you mean? I don't get it. Oh, hello, Mr. Rabbit. Where did you go? Let's just get him, shall we? Mr. Deer's pissing me off. Of course you don't give us any soft meat. Why would you do that, Mr. Rabbit? That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Where the hell's the yeast? I want to get rid of this cave Rona. Where's some coffee? Yeah. It's good for general exposure, isn't it? It's not. That'll be another thing that'll be useful to take to the desert. Give me some soft meat, mate. Soft meat. That's what I like. No, of course you don't. Well, we got a handful of yeast. At least we can make some. Oh, there's some more. At least we can get the antibiotics going. Get rid of the cave Rona. I've got the sickle in my hand and I start fucking hand picking some shit. Over here, mate. We're not wasting our fucking bow on you. Stringy meat. Stringy meat? Stringy meat. No, of course you don't. Why on earth would we get some decent meats? Who's there? Oh, it's just the deer. Because this place is good for bears to get the T-bone. Because like I was saying earlier, there's usually a bear that spawns in this general area. Yeah, and then in the mornings, if you're lucky, he'll run down to the lake to get a drink, and he roams this little cove just where our base is. Yeah, and there's another one that spawns up there and then comes down to the lake on the other side, and there's one that spawns in that area and roams that general area, and another one because that's like a raised area. There's a little level below it where there's a waterfall, and there's another bear that spawns down on that area just underneath the waterfall. Yeah, so we've got a good amount of bears in the area to possibly get T-bones from. I'm still a little apprehensive jousting them, even though they're lower levels now that they've made the changes to their mechanics, because they're better now. It's harder to joust them properly. We tried yesterday. I was still able to joust them, but they would hit me more often than in previous attempts. Like it would be a rare occasion to get hit by a bear with a good joust. Yeah, like maybe one in 10 jousts I'd get hit by a bear like once. But now I jousted 3 bears and I got hit by them in every single occasion, at least once or twice. So we've still got a little work to do on adapting our technique to make it safer. They did it. That's good. That's good. Yeah, they made a change to the animal to make it slightly harder because people were working towards mastering, basically being able to dominate them. And the whole point of the higher tiered predators is that you're supposed to, you're supposed to be slightly more afraid of them. Bears were more or less my plaything up past a certain point. There's my arrow. Please don't tell me it broke. I want to try and... Good. I want to try and keep these arrows going for as long as possible. And we've still got all of the arrows that we dropped with. Any more yeast for the cave Rona? No, we're going to need this stuff as well. For the oxygen restoration paste, if I remember correctly. As well as the sponge, which is going to be in this lake. Let's go look for that, shall we? And we can go and collect up some more fish while we're at it. There should be multiple sponge in this lake. There always used to be, at least. Like 3 or 4 of them, if not more. Is that sponge? No, it's just some seaweed. Or lakeweed, in this case. Sponge, where are you? Do you want to fuck off, you little cunts? I'm gonna make you breakfast. I remember seeing someone posting a very detailed blow by blow for this mission in particular, where they basically took screenshots of the map and highlighted the areas where you could find certain things, but I'm not going to look for that. that basically takes all of the fun out of it. I use Icarus intel, and I kind of I draw the line there. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's the kind of thing that prospectors would share with one another anyway. It's like when you're on the station, just sitting around drinking beers with your other prospectors, you're going to be sharing stories and info on what's down on the planet, and you'll be like, "Hey, Joe, you find any veins the last time you were down there?" And he's like, "Yeah, mate, there's a nice big one here and here, yeah," and you write it down. So that's basically an aggregation of of the info that you'd get through talking to the other prospectors on the station. And you could say the same thing about specific mission details, but like I said, Icarus Intel is about where I draw the line. For the other actual, blow-by-blow walkthrough style information, I'd rather just discover it myself, otherwise it takes the whole point out of playing the game. I like punching these guys, because then at least we get the kill animals with fists accolade closer to completion. Sneaky, sneaky. Where are we anyway? Okay, we'll try. Oh yeah, great. Of course. We'll try and do a little bit of a zigzag-ish style search grid, instead of just aimlessly swimming through the lake. Now Cave Rona will be gone soon as well, thankfully. Past the time. You little cunt. Over here. Come on. Come and get some. Little wanker. Sponges usually like to be on like little rocks like this. Relatively close to the edge, from what I've found. Might be in other places as well, but that's more where I've found them in the past. What have we got down here? Go across, and now we go back up north again. I'm always holding space thinking that'll make me go up, but it doesn't in this game, does it? Oh, of course, level 3 poison. We're gonna have to go and make some anti-poison shit now, aren't we? That's enough to start damaging us over that period of time. Where are we? We're going to need lilies for that, aren't we? Little cunt. Give me my arrow back. Nice. Oh look, there was some yeast right here that we went past. And we've got silica now as well, so we can get the mortar and pestle made. We'll make 2 of them actually. We'll keep one here, and we'll put another one over here. Like so. Yeah, Yes, we need the epoxy. We'll get that going. Chuck the fish on the barbie. And the meat. Get that cooking up. Can put all of this in here. Oh, we need some oxide here as well, don't we? And some charcoal. Where did we put the charcoal? Oh, we've already put that in there. Okay, fair enough. We'll get the cave Rona stuff going. What do we need for the poison? Oh, we need poison shit, don't we? So we're going to have to... We're going to have one of those some of those things go bad. I'll leave you out to go bad. And the poison thing is gone, which is odd. I just noticed. We had over 3 minutes on the... We had, well, not over. We had 3 minutes on the clock at level 3. How that just disappeared randomly, I don't know, because the 3 minutes hasn't passed yet. Actually, I put that in the wrong place, didn't I? We want that up there. That's where we're going to have to make the poison thing. And we're going to need some sulfur for it as well. Okay, so that's our med crucible, basically. Crucible. I always call it a crucible. Mortar and pestle. Yeah, and then this is going to be our general mortar and pestle. Yeah, chuck that in there. Like so. We might as well mine up this cave then, eh? But we're going to want a drying rack as well, just in case we manage to get some stringy meat from anything. So we'll make that quickly. Then we can get in on the cave. Of course you do. Right at the last fucking second. Crafting. We have enough? What do we need? A little bit more. A little bit more fibre. Just what I need. A little bit more fibre in my diet. And if I saw correctly, we also need resin for one of the herbalism things that we're going to need to make, so we might as well get a tad more oxide. And I still haven't grabbed the oxygen bottle from the dissolver, have I? I put that in there ages ago to fill up, I didn't grab it. We mustn't forget that. And I still haven't seen a single fucking bear frequent this area. This is where the agriculture stockpile mission takes place. Yeah, the pod lands over there. I basically set up a base right on the lake over there, and I didn't. The only There's Mr. Bear. Okay, we just heard him growling up top. And the only thing I set crop plots up for back in the day was when there was just a normal crop plot, and that was for squash. When squash was still in the forest, I'd collected everything else just through foraging, the pumpkins, everything. And I was just getting sick and tired of having to find the squash. And I had like half of the squash that I needed. I just grew the rest of it. And I spent a lot of time here, so I got used to where all the bears spawn. Well, we've got good health buffs. Let's if he's not too low a level and we don't kill him with our first shot, let's see what jousting Mr. Bear is going to be like. Yeah. As I said, if we don't kill him with our first shot. Give me a T-bone, mate, because I need it for the mission. T-bone. T-bone. No, of course you don't. Are any of your friends about? Yeah, there's this bloke that spawns up here, and then in the mornings he'll run down to the lake to take a drink, and he'll switch over to roaming around this area right down here, just where we made our base. We've also got the possibility of getting T-bones from buffalo, don't we? There you see, he's making a beeline for the lake because they all have a drinking mechanic. They'll come to drink. If they can't get to water in time, then they'll start taking damage and die. Let's see what Mr. Buffalo gives us. Oh, and we also need wheat for some of the stuff on the herbalism bench. Ah, some more game meat. Oh, and yet another Mr. Bear already. Where are you? Come on, give us another nice little roar so I know which way to go. Don't be shy. There he is. There he is. Alright, mate. Having a nice morning? It's not so nice anymore, is it? Give me a T-bone. I'm surprised that wasn't one shot. Nah, no T-bone. The other one was level 36 and we one-shot it. This is only level 30 and we got a stealth critical in the head. Let's get some of this wheat and then we'll go home. We'll offload and then we'll get back to searching the lake for the sponge. Why have I got the cave Rona again? I thought that had expired already. Or am I just not paying attention? That's enough for now. We did make some antibiotics, but I left it on the herbalism bench. There we go. Let's make another one of those, shall we? Put some of that on there, some of that on there. We'll turn that into epoxy. We'll turn the rest of that into flour. Give ourselves a little extra on there. Let's grab the oxygen bottle, shall we? And then we can switch to the bottle instead. How's that going? Okay, nice. Chuck that on there. Put more of this in here to get spoiled. So we can make the anti-poison. And we'll cook up the rest. Oh, you know what? I could chuck the stuff that we just got, the ribs. We could chuck that on there, couldn't we? Because we've already got the cooked version, and that gives us the prime buff. What does the other one give us anyway? Let's check just to see if it's going to be worth it. Dried, maximum health, melee damage. That would be useful in the desert against the scorpion, seeing as I more often than not will melee them with the knife. We can dry that out and then use that as giving us a bit of a buff against the little scorpion fuckers. Cooked fatty T-bone harvested from bears. Okay. Yeah, we really need to get on mining the fucking cave as well soon, because we have to work towards getting those damn electronics as well. We haven't done a damn thing in the cave yet. Yeah, see, we need the resin. Oh. But I put that, there it is. That'll be enough. Get on with the poison shit, please. Anti-parasitic, no, that's for thing. Anti-poison is what we want. That thing could hurry up. Lovely. Like so. We'll grab one of them. When this is finished, we'll grab that and we'll get back to it. Once the storm is over, we'll mine stuff until the storm's over, and then we'll jump back into the lake, look for that sponge. The oxygen, it's the oxygen, isn't it? Oxygen restoration paste needs a sponge, so we're going to need 2 of them. Grab you. We're going to need another torch. Let's make a what's his face? A wooden torch that lasts longer. Where are you? There we go, wood torch. Are you kidding me? It fucking ate the berries. I control clicked it. It ate the entire stack of berries. I control clicked that to try and move it to my hotbar, and it ate the entire stack of fucking berries. scared the shit out of me, you little cunt. I want that back. Oh, that was thick and fast, wasn't it? A whole fucking bunch of them spawned. Whoever it was that instigated that initial fucking comment about removing the hotkey to be able to take all with F, yeah? They better fucking burn in hell. You are an absolute stupid fucking wanker, yeah? And then number 2 on that list is whatever dev actually took that fucking seriously. Having to move your mouse to go and click take all, yeah, is one of the biggest loads of fucking bullshit I've ever seen. You don't remove hotkeys. You tell whingy little bitches of players to fucking remap their key. You don't remove hotkey options from a fucking game where timing is of essence in all fucking situations. Because if I want to go and pick something up quickly, knowing that I've only got seconds to then fucking run away and do something, I don't want to have to fucking figure out where the fuck my mouse pointer is to go and click on something. I want to have the opportunity of pushing a button and then getting on with my life. There, ran over. That just pissed me off. I thought of it just as I was in the middle of that little caveworm fight. That is single-handedly the biggest fucking mistake that you've made on changes based on player feedback in the entire fucking game, bar none. That's not the kind of thing that you do. You tell people, go to the control settings and remap your key if you don't like it. Yeah, or you know, get used to it. Q has been the drop key in everything for all time. What do people do? The vast majority of people from games like Minecraft to like all over, they remap the fucking thing so they don't drop their fucking pick in lava. Yeah? They don't whinge to fucking Mojang that, oh please remove the drop because I keep dropping my shit in lava. No. You fucking work around it, and then the people that actually have finger control get to use a fucking decent shortcut, and the ones that don't and whinge about it change their fucking key mapping. I guarantee whoever made that fucking suggestion must have been some high profile woke motherfucker, and then they thought they'd try and appease them by approving a suggestion that they made. That's how that kind of bullshit gets through the fucking filter. Alternate interact is X. I'm gonna give that one a try. See if it's been, see if the actual shortcut for it has been quote unquote hidden. We just haven't realised it. Alternate interact is for you hold X to pick shit up when you're looking at things. Let's see if maybe that still works on that kind of shit. Hurry up. We've got a nice copper vein right here. I'm not going any deeper into the cave to see what else we've got. I'm just gonna take it as it comes. Have the thrill of discovery as we go along. I did see a bit of gold as we got deeper into the cave when we were attacking the cave worm, so I know that's there, but I'm not sure if there's any exotics there. And if I were to go for electricity, then I'd be able to put some I'll put some pillars down to lead electricity to where it would be needed if I wanted to go to electric drill level. You all dry? You're all dry. Nice. And you're all cooked. Let's get a furnace on the go. Put that bollocks away. I actually managed to make it to the mute before I sneezed this time. And again. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we're going to be mining more iron anyway. Let's get all of that in there, shall we? Together with that. We'll keep that in here. Together with this for now until we get to the cement one. Oh. We need some of that in there for gunpowder. Now we've got more, well, I say more than enough. It takes quite a bit of charcoal to make certain things, doesn't it? 3. Okay, then half of that is going to be enough. Chuck all of that in there. How much gunpowder can we make? More than what we need. There we go, 50. We'll get that crafting up, seeing as that takes a while to get done. Turn that on, get to sleep. Turn it off. What is it that we need? We need to pull our finger out and get the electronics done. And now we need to get rid of the cave Rona and go swim in the lake a bit more to get ourselves the 2 sponges that we need. And then we need to get lucky with a bear. That sounds rather odd, doesn't it? Get lucky with a bear. Whee! I've got the food slot, but I'm not using it because I don't want it to waste my food when it thinks I need to eat. We've searched a lot of the other side. We'll search this side. Do you want to fuck off, mate? There you go. Your dinner. Speaking of which, I'll be able to order food soon. Oh, I don't have to. I ordered a nice carbonara yesterday that I didn't end up eating. I put it in the fridge. I'll smack that in there. Smack that in the microwave. I just remembered. Where are you, Mr. Sponge? They didn't make the same mistake as they did with that other new mission back in the day when we needed to make some oxygen-related item, and there was nowhere near enough sponge on the entire map, let alone in the lake that was relatively near us to make the items that we needed to it, did they? That was a classic. You had to make something like 20 or 30 oxygen-related items, but there was nowhere near enough sponge on the entire map to actually make those items. And someone had actually done the work and checked and gone through. Oh, fuck off, would you? They'd actually done the work and gone and checked all of the lakes, and they couldn't find enough sponge to make what we needed on the entire map. Where are we? Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a zig and a zag in this area. It would be nice if at least one of the types of lights worked underwater, like the flashlight, for example. Because there are places where you can be underwater, especially at night, where you can't see what the fuck is going on, and none of the lights work underwater. Thought for a minute I got lucky. Thought that was sponge. Where are we now? I really need to remap my cough button again. I had it set up in the other streaming software that I had, but since I switched back to plain OBS, I haven't set up everything I need. Getting a little tiresome. we've more or less gone across the entire fucking lake, almost. We've still got a couple of nooks and crannies to check, but still nothing. And I checked all the areas that it's usually most likely to spawn in first, and we haven't found anything. And as far as I know, the sponge spawn is also relatively random. Yeah, so a certain lake that spawns sponge, it does have the possibility of it either not spawning any at all or spawning in relatively random locations from drop to drop. So someone that found sponge in this lake before doesn't necessarily mean that one, even they'll find sponge there again, let alone someone else. Yeah, and we need 2 of it. It's not enough just to find 1. We need 2. And the only other lakes that we've got are nowhere near here in the grand scheme of things. I very much doubt the J14 lake's going to be big enough to actually house sponge. The other places that we're going to have to go look is in L13, like L12, L13, and L11. And then the next opportunity is all the way up at N10. So you'll normally see it on like the edges of like rock outcrops that are relatively near the edge. Well, this is getting really boring really fast. I very much have to agree with whoever posted on Discord earlier about them making yet another fucking blunder of pushing this shit out with a very minimal amount of experimental branch testing. Every time they do it, every time they do it, they've fucking shot themselves in the foot. They think that they're doing themselves a favour by getting some new shit out and crossing their fingers and hoping things are going to be okay. Every single time they've done it, they've had some sort of a blunder attached to it. They really need to start learning from their fucking mistakes, or they're just going to start alienating more and more fucking players. Give the other side of this rock another once over, just in case. We've been all up and down We've been all up and down this lake. Yeah, sponge is distinct enough that we would have, with the search pattern that we've had now on the 2 occasions we've come looking, yeah, we would have noticed it by now. It's not like a fucking bit of squash that can be hiding under a fucking patch of bushes. Yeah? It's relatively large and distinct enough that we would have seen it by now. So there's obviously 0 fucking sponge in this lake on this drop. So we're going to have to go looking in another one. Which is a fucking letdown. Give me some stringy meat, please. And you give me some soft meat. Where'd you go? I want my arrow back. There you are. Soft meat? Soft meat? Maybe? Maybe? No, of course not. Well, we've got Mr. Wolf up here that's going to give us a chance for stringy meat. Mr. Mouth Breather. Giving yourself away from 100 yards. Nope. Oh, I didn't test to see whether the X would actually do the alternate pickup thing. Ooh, Mr. Bear. Or was that? No, that was just Mr. Buffalo's alternate roar. They've got two or three sounds that they make, and one of them sounds very much like what a bear makes. What are you? It's probably just a chamois. Oh no, it's a wolf. Well, hopefully that first one didn't break. Nice. Let's try X, shall we? No, doesn't do anything. Let's go home, put all the extra shit out that we've got on us, and then go run off to another lake to look for some fucking sponge. Disappointed. Dis-a-fucking-pointed. And if my luck with bears continues, like the streak of bad luck I've had with bears, I'm gonna spend a good 4 or 5 hours just trying to go and hunt bears to get that one fucking T-bone that I need. Other people come down, the first bear that they hit, boom, they get like 7 T-bones. I go entire missions with only getting like 5 after killing like 50 plus bears. So that might be something they might think about adding some other way of increasing the likelihood of you getting a T-bone from something. Because I've got the fucking Inharis knife. It's the end all be all. There's nothing higher you can get of knives, and I can go through 50 bears and not get a single fucking T-bone. Whereas someone else with a fucking Jing knife We'll come down, skin the first bear, and get like 7. It's like, nah, mate, come off it. We get rid of everything? We got rid of everything. Okay. And seeing as we're here, on our way to scout out the other lakes, we'll stop off in the Arctic to grab ourselves some ice so we can make an ice box. Because we're starting to get a significant enough amount of meats with enough variety that we're just going to have a lot of stuff go bad. We're going to stop off at J13 there, and then we'll make our way to the small lake just underneath in J14 and hope there's some sponge there, because this lake was a bust. We're not going to come across any bears on our way, because the bears spawn in the area behind us. If we're lucky in like the I-13 area, we might come across one there. But they don't usually spawn up there. There's a Mr. Wolf right there. Over here, lad. Give me them stringy meats. No? Okay. Stingy motherfucker. Got a bear over there. Ah, coffee. Nice. What is it? Rain. Okay, don't really give a two shits about that. It's a normal mission. It'll be over before I take any damage. If this was a Voyager level mission, I might actually care about it, but given the suit and the armor that I've got on, I'm not bothered. Grab some more lilies for the medications. We're going into the Arctic to collect ice anyway. By the time the storm would get to any level of strength to possibly cause us any issue, we'll be long gone into the Arctic. More coffee. Nice. More yeast. More cave rona. Antibiotics. But that's one thing that would, as far as I'm concerned, to continue to increase the difficulty, that would be a welcome change, was if they added the rain to the wet effect thing. So like if you're out in the rain, you should get the wet effect, because now I'm going from the forest into the Arctic. And if I was wet going into a cold area, that would also be another thing that you need to take into account. Because in the real world, look, I'm rained on, I'm getting, it's pissing with rain, and I'm going to be soaking wet. You're not going to be running into the Arctic to take shelter from the storm, are you? Because you're going to be soaking wet, and that's going to compound the cold. No stringy meat from you either. Stingy bastard. Oh, would you look at that? The Arctic's got a thing as well. Yes, I'm going to be annoying, and we're going to have the weather sound pop up quite a lot. But I'm just going to switch between the two. That should help. We're not going to have the intensified effect of either of them for long enough to seriously cause us any issue. We just keep doing that until one of them is in the phase of the storm that you can withstand. Which is another reason why it would be a good idea for them to add getting wet from a rainstorm, because then I wouldn't be able to get away with this. Yeah, and the storm here is going to be over. There we go. And we weathered 2 storms without having to take shelter. Hello. Still no stringy meat. You're all stingy bastards. We'll get a full stack of ice, and we'll still have plenty to put into the icebox by the time we get home. I mean, I could do this on my way home, and then even less of it would go bad, but yeah, let's stop off. No, it's going to be dark by that time, and I don't want to be in the Arctic at night time because it gets super cold here then. There we go, that's that. Now we make a move towards J14 Lake, which is roughly in the middle there. You alright, lads? Some more coffee. Hopefully we'll find some in here. And we can make our way home already. And we'll make ourselves a nice... icebox. Grab a bit more of that while we're at it. Can you guys get wrecked, please? Well, that's that for that lake. We've more or less done a full circle. That's where we came in. And we'll be heading up to L12, L13. We already came in too far. I could go in and check out both of those caves while I'm here to see if there's any exotics in it, but I'm on a man on a mission. I want me some sponge, motherfucker. Like, if I go all the way as far as N10 and find 0 sponge, I'm just quitting this mission and starting again. Then it's obvious they've made the blunder of dropping this mission without ensuring the flora systems could definitely spawn what you need to complete the mission like they did before. I'm not going to go all the way to the fucking Riverlands just to get sponge, just to complete a mission that's down here. Are you fucking kidding me? This place has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lakes of significant enough size to supposedly spawn sponge. Yeah, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are far enough away to make it a significant trek. Yeah, they could easily choose to put the sponge in any one of those 9 so that we wouldn't have to go literally halfway across the map into another biome to go and get something to complete a fucking objective. That's going too far on turning this into a fucking running simulator. I'm sorry, no, you just don't do that. You're not going to waste my time to that degree to add supposed interest to a mission. For a mission objective, that is. For a mission objective. The way that they split things up on something like Voyager, yeah, that's at least got some logical explanation. Yeah? And you've got things to do in between. But this is just walking for walking's sake because you have nothing else to fucking add to the game. Got to keep a better eye out for those little fucking cunts because we only had 1 anti-poison. The level 1 and 2 poison we're okay with, but once it gets to like 3 and 4, then it can start to get quite a bit of a hassle, especially if we then compound that with the possibility of weather. Yeah, sponge from a distance will give you a bit of an idea. Yeah, it looks something similar to what those little bits of weed are looking like from a distance, but they're more prominent. Yeah, it's thicker. It'll look like something like that at a distance. It's just a little thicker. It's got a very, there we go, at fucking last. It's got a very distinctive shape. Can we? I very much doubt we can sickle this, but let's give it a try. No. Okay, that's 1. We need 1 more. And where is it? Exactly in the type of place I fucking said it normally spawns. The number of people that have been tried to be clever and say, oh no, but I've never seen it in any place other than formations of rocks relatively near to the edge. There might be 2 lakes on the entire map where you don't really have a lot of those rock formations around the edge. Yeah, so they've chosen to make them spawn on rock formations that are near the bottom of the lake, almost in the middle. Yeah, but that's like one lake, maybe 2 in the entire place, and that's in the Riverlands. And there's the other one. Yay! We can go home now. Oh look, another one. Let's take you for luck. Where are they? Rock formations that are still relatively close to the edge. Oh look, we've got enough to make double what we need. I'm going to take it all. I'm going to take it all now, whatever I come across, because who knows, the other one might need the exact same lineup of shit. And then I'd be off trying to search for this stuff all over again. I'd rather take it with me because it doesn't have a spoil timer. It just holds water, and the water soaks out of it relatively quickly. Yeah, this one's absolutely fucking loaded with sponge, while the other lakes have got absolutely fuck all. Is that another one? It is indeed. Yes, I'm going to be like a dog with a bone. Where is it? On a rock formation at the edge of the fucking lake. Yeah, you can even see it from the fucking shore. And this is a river. This is the river. Oh no. Okay, so I thought we were going up here already. How much space we got left? None. Okay, that answers that question. Well, we want that for anti-poison. We can get rid of that. Pushed the wrong fucking button. Well, we'll carry on looking in this area of the lake until it gets dark enough not to see. And then we'll jump out and run home. We've got what we came for. And then some. So I'm happy. Oh, look, another one. 8. Okay, we've got enough for 4 times over. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. And go home. Okay, so we've got the gunpowder, we've got what we need to make the oxygen paste. We're going to have to spend some time where did that get to? Right, I lost that other bit of yeast. We're going to have to spend some time hunting bears to try and get that fucking T-bone out of the way. Because we've already killed, like, what, 4 of them? And didn't get a single T-bone from any of them. And okay, that's relatively few in the grand scheme of things, but considering I've gone as long as having killed like 50 bears and not got a single one, I'm not really relishing that search for a T-bone, to be honest. I've literally gone 2 entire days on the in-game on the timer and not found a single T-bone. So adding something like that to a mission objective is a little off, if you ask me. If we were super unlucky, we could literally spend the rest of our mission timer solely looking for bears to kill and hoping for a T-bone and still not get one. If you were unlucky. Especially if you've only got like a lower tiered knife. I want some stringy meat, friend. That's all I want. Stingy bastard. We'll get the dried stuff down there as well. Get that in the rotation. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is make the ice box. Yeah. Because I really want that dried game meat for when we go to the desert. It's going to be good at increasing our melee attacks with that 15% melee damage to fight scorpions with a knife. There's another cave I could cave here I could check out for the possibility of exotics in it, but I just want to get home. And I'm particularly hungry now that I remember that I've got that carbonara. My stomach's just growling at me. Eat the carbonara. Eat the carbonara. So I'll get home, make myself the ice box, get shit organised, and then I want to call it. Have a little bit of a rest, watch a couple of episodes of Rick and Morty while I eat my carbonara, and I will be back a little later to continue, and hopefully we'll get lucky and find a T-bone, but who knows. When I was, what is it? It was both the unearthed research, to begin with at least, in the beginning. The second time I did unearthed research, and the second time I did cryogenic research, I went days without finding a single T-bone. And it's weird. I got a handful from a bear, and after that it was almost like a snowball effect. Once I'd got that first few, then I started to get them more and more often, but until that point I was hardly getting any whatsoever. So I'm hoping we get lucky as soon as possible to get that T-bone out of the way, and then we can move up to the northeastern desert and get the objectives knocked out that we need up there as well. Definitely not going to take the leveling up of the tech too far yet. Like if we make a machining bench to make the electronics, but that's probably going to be about the only thing that I grab and take with me to go to the other place. We'll just remake the other more simplistic stuff wherever it was we need to go. Well, the machining bench and the cement furnace. I just remembered if we have to make electronics, we're going to need gold, aren't we? And that's cement furnace. Hello, drop pod. Goodbye, drop pod. There we are. Our wonderful little tunnel house. Oh, you've been on unnecessarily for far too long. Chuck that in there. Chuck that. Nope, that goes in there. Like so. Can we dry fish? I never did check because you can in real. People do in real life. No, can't dry fish. We'll have to cook it then, innit? Get on the barbie. Grab you and you and you. And then we'll grab you and you. What do we need for a thing? We need nails. So we're going to have to make an anvil. No, you can't dry it, unfortunately. I just checked if that's what you were saying you think you can. It's unfortunate. It would be another nice thing to give us another option. How many copper nails did we need? 4. Okay. Ka-ching. And then, where are we? Icebox, yes please. We'll chuck the icebox right there. Ice. Like so. We want to put that in there because I'm saving that for when we go to the desert. Put the rest of the fish in there, that in there. Can put that away. Make some more of the poison bollocks. That can go in there, that can go in there. We should have enough coffee to make coffee now. Oh, we do. Nice. We just got to get up to steel. We'll make some more epoxy. I guarantee it's going to be the T-bone that's going to cause us the biggest headache. I've basically got everything else I need for everything else. It's a matter of teching up to make the electronics, but I've got everything I need. I've got the cave that I'm actually building in to get the gold and everything. I could have the 5 electronics done within the space of about half an hour. It's just that one fucking cooked fatty T-bone. I guarantee. I'm going to go off now. See, it came at an opportune time. I'm just about to take a little break and have something to eat. It's that one cooked fatty T-bone that's going to take me the rest of today. I have a bad feeling about it. It's probably going to take me the rest of the day to find enough bears to kill to up my chances of finding that one T-bone. Like I was saying earlier on, I don't know if you were here already then or not. I've spent entire days, like real life days, playing the game, and not got any T-bones whatsoever. It's just a little silly to add that kind of item to an objective list, as far as I'm concerned. Particularly taking into consideration the fact that a lot of people aren't going to have that kind of time to put into a game. A lot of people spend maybe 2, 3, 4 hours tops playing a day, or every now and then. Maybe 1, 2, 3 times a week. What about them? They could spend the entire 6-day mission or the 7-day mission timer just looking for a fatty T-bone and still not come across one. Or did I want to put away this stuff? What paste was it? Restoration. That's it. I've got enough for all of the pastes, the paste that we're going to need. I've already got the gunpowder made. I can easily make the electronics when I need to. Yeah, I've got all of the items. It's just that. It's just the stupid T-bone. Anyway, we've got the stuff done that I wanted to get done. We're going to be able to save the majority of our meats from spoiling. And I think I'm going to call it right there once this saves. Because I'm hungry. And my stomach's are growling at me. So I'm going to have a little something to eat and a little bit of a rest. I haven't been going for long. It's only like 3 hours. Little under 3 hours. I was more or less... I got up, had a shower and made a coffee, and then got straight to it. Didn't have breakfast either, so... It's saved. Okie dokie. I'm going to call it there. Thanks for stopping by. I'll definitely be back shortly. Just going to have something to eat. Maybe watch an episode of Rick and Morty or two. And then we'll be back to it. So I'll see you later on. It's morning. Well, morning. I woke up at like 11 a.m. It's 1 p.m. now.